Hey traders, Luke from Breakout Trading here. And as you could see today, totally sucked. And I'm looking at myself right now on the camera, and I see it. I put the gun up, because we're putting a bunch of stuff back here. There's like a whole bookshelf over here. And yeah, that thing needs to turn around because today is not the day to have something like that. But that goes with my point. Today sucked because things were not as they appeared. Let me just show you real quick the basics of how today basically fell apart. But we turned it around real quick, and all I did was my account fell a little, and we used the term get a bigger boat. So, if your account falls due to a mistake that's not common, I'm saying if you're someone whose account is constantly falling, then don't add money into your account. But if you have a hiccup in the road, and it might not be the worst idea to add funds to the account. So the account was at 80,000, and now I upped it to 160,000. So that is where I'm at today. So this is what today looked like. It was awful. But it's not as bad anymore now that I up the account equity to 160,000. It'll give me, all I need to make is 2%, and I'll make that right back. And typically we aim for 5 to 10% a day as day traders, period. So I shouldn't have no problem coming back real quick and then making a lot of money this month. I worked with Tradenet on this. They were able to give me a good deal. Speaking of such, I just want to go over right now. We have the 7 or the quadruple 7 deal going on right now. So essentially, that's for $77.77. You will get a lifetime account, and that carries over to the website. You never have to renew. It's a one-time fee. You'll get the text alerts with the exits and entries, and my pick of the day, which is like you better trade it if I title it the pick of my day. We actually had one of those later in the day, VLRX, and that thing went from like $4 to like $5 in a matter of seconds, and it was all marked on the pivot point. But anyway, on the pivot points, so you get the text alerts. You're gonna get the 0-second delay live streaming because this YouTube is actually like 20-second delay, and that's not good when it comes to trading. You're going to get full access to the BTU, the Breakout Trading University, whereas if you're not a member, you only get like certain courses. You don't get the full thing. Although I think we're going to release Day Trading 101, but 102 and beyond will be kept private. You'll get a one-on-one mentorship phone call. It's an initial phone call with myself or another admin. And the reason we do that is we try to find the best strategy for you. We'll work with you. And that typically stays, that doesn't last a lifetime. That typically will hold down for a month. So if we have an initial phone call and you're really new and you need help, typically it takes about a month to where you can, stand on the skateboard yourself and kind of push yourself along, you know. Of course, if you need more time, we wouldn't deny you, but typically the follow-ups, maybe there's 3 follow-ups after the initial phone call. You're also going to get a chance to win a $14,000 self-funded account. We're going to take you through the challenge. We're going to show you exactly how to do it. About 30 to 40% of the time, people do win. And that's opposed to the 98% of people who fail that take it on their own. So there's a high probability, comparatively, that you will win the $14,000 account with us. Now, yeah. So sign up for a one-time fee. It's $77.77. You also have a 1 in 15 chance of winning a $150 Visa gift card. So you might get your money back times 2 and win a $14,000 account. I mean, it almost sounds too good to be true. Sign up by paying. There's a link there. It says 7777 Breakout Trading for Life. And then there's also a second option where you can get a lifetime Breakout Trading account is if you sign up for Tradenet. Since none of these accounts expire, neither does your membership with us if you sign up with Tradenet. So sign up with Tradenet, you use the link that we provide, everything checks out, and then you're in the group basically with a nice sized account, hopefully. But either way does you justice. I mean, I think if you sign up with the 77 and you win the $14,000 account, that's cool too. Either way it works. It's up to you to decide. You can contact me on my Facebook page. That's down there in the description. Everything I just mentioned is down in the description, and you can ask me any questions you want. And, well, boy, gee, that took a long time. But I'm excited to trade with 160 grand tomorrow. I'm super excited for that. I think I'm focused mostly tomorrow on taking it safe. You know, because typically what happens with a trader when they have a bad loss is they chase their losses. I don't care if it takes 2 days, even though I have double the funds to make these losses back. But I just have a gut feeling that I'm going to crush it tomorrow, and I don't know why. Anyway, later on in the day, after we did all this trading, we did do some options plays, lost a little on that, but not really. I didn't lose yet. I actually, these are going to be winning plays tomorrow. They're not properly augmented yet. So basically, these are earnings plays. So I played Levi, but I was very unsure if Levi was going to go up or down. So I bought a spread on it. And Levi essentially went down. And by the way, here's ACIA. This is what caused me the big loss today. And I'm going to explain to you why. It says here that it was being acquired. So this is an acquisition. Acquisitions are big. By Cisco for about $70 a share. So of course I'm thinking, well, this is going to bump up to about $70 a share. Why hasn't it done it already? I don't understand what's going on. Sometimes things aren't as they seem, right? And I should have known that from the get-go. I should have seen the warning. Like, for example, this. What does this look like? I mean, I'll even close up this one. What does this look like? I mean, it is what it is, you know, flashlight. But wait. Some of you might have noticed that there, the warning signs. What are those little prongs right there? You notice that? You notice that? It's a freaking taser. So sometimes these things that might seem one way might, you know, be something totally else. And you know what? I'm keeping this around the desk. I actually found this when I was unloading the gun. I'm looking for cool stuff to put on the wall, swords, and then we're going to have bulls and bears, and then finally a Breakout Trading banner. And it's going to be really cool. It's unfortunate that my screen is usually like really tiny in a corner, but I'm going to use this for when I see a scenario like that and say, hey, this might be a good idea to get into, and then I'll just, you know, zap myself back into reality. Sometimes that's what we need to do. But all right, boom. Anyway, let's get back to it. So, long story short, monitor, trade charts. We had some good picks today on the low end. We were watching CEIE. It was one of the fourth ones. It was my fourth pick. This one was ridiculous. Went from $2 to $9, man. I know some of my traders that they made a killing on that one, and just ridiculous. $2 to $9, and it's just craziness. And what's funny is I was supposed to have, my funds were supposed to clear in here today. I was putting extra money in, and I probably would have went really heavy on this. So you got to watch yourself. I'm feeling a little unlucky on that one because I definitely would have played it. OASM was just another one we were watching, and then ALT was actually here. Was another one we were watching, but today it just stunk. Missed out on the big one. Wasted the money on stupid Acadia, whatever it was, ACIA. But long story short, at the end of the day, there was a big comeback. It was what was it? VLRX. VLRX. Check this one out. This thing was crazy, 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 crazy. If I could teach you something right now about pivot points, you would love it. First of all, they came out with like amazing news. I don't even remember what it was, but it was just amazing news. And that amazing news was followed by a stock that literally played on the pivot points like it was its job. Okay, so here's ACI VLRX. Okay, so you can see the pivot points. They're actually right here as well. Oh, let me move my big old face. And yeah, so you can see the pivot points. They're actually right here. The P is 303, and then 355 is the R1. That's an important pivot point, and then the R2 is like R1 and R2 are the most important pivot points. So when you go, and we're listening to the Squawk Box, by the way. If you don't know what the Squawk Box is, you really need to join my group. So we're listening to the Squawk Box, and we hear about this VLRX thing. So we go to look at it, right, and it starts taking off. And the second we notice it, it's taking off slow here, even though it looks like it's fast. These are minutes. So we go ahead and we look at the pivot points here. And let me put my face over here. And we notice 355 is the R1. So, of course, I'm like, hey, guys, if this thing comes down back to around 355, I think that was around here. I said, buy it up. So it comes down, or maybe that was around here. It comes down to like 355, 360. What is this candle exactly? It'll tell you if you... comes down, comes down, comes down. Comes down like just shy of the pivot point. But remember, every pivot point has a 20 cent swing on both sides. But this one was just beautiful, because then the next pivot point was at 449. So that's why I have that mark there. And this thing just shot up. And my text alerts were just like crazy. I was telling everybody to, and I made sure to send a lot of text alerts so that if you were just ignoring them, you would pay attention to your phone. But let me see, where are these text alerts? Where are they at? Yeah, so right here, I'm literally, I'm like, guys, VLRX, buy at 411, exclamation, I'm like trying to get, and then it pulls back. Remember, it pulled back, and I was like, guys, get in at 355. And then I'll, and this is usually how I'll play certain plays. I'll tell you when to stay in. And then I said, take partial now at 485. Was that a good price? Tell me that was not a great price, guys. I didn't even notice I picked almost a perfect price. I said, take your partial now. Partial is usually 3/4 of your shares at 485. Add shares, buy here, stay with, blah, 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 blah. And then I said partial now again at 477. So that means sell out at 477. It must have went back up to around 477. And the max I said I could see this going to is 510, which it didn't. But that was a great play. A lot of people got in on that. And that's awesome. That's what this is all about. Sometimes you just need help finding the right stocks. That's it. And sometimes you need help playing them. 485, take your partials. Highest this one is 490, and that's not unusual for me to do that. One thing you can't get, you can get so much education. You can read a million books and you know, watch a million people trade, but the actual education comes from trading. I've been burned a million times on stocks like these to finally be able to like just read them, and it's almost subconscious now. And you'll get there, but I've also been doing this like 10 years now. Like, I love this. This is what I do. This is how I support my life, you know. And you know, I don't live in a bungalow. I live, even though it does look like I live in a bungalow with the, but I live, you know, comfortably. And anyway, so that was amazing. VLRX. Okay, so let's see how my two options did. Okay, so Levi ended up dumping, which was fine because I remember I owned both sides, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to come out winning on this either way. Or I might come out flat. Hopefully it dumps even more tomorrow, and then I'll definitely come out a winner because these eventually the delta will go to negative, and then, you know, I'll be fine. Hopefully. But I know for sure that WD-40, and let me explain to you why I knew WD-40. You might be thinking like, Luke, WD-40, why the hell would you pick WD-40? Well, first of all, it's around $160. So usually when it has a good report, it moves $10, $15. That is massive. If your options have a delta of 80 and it moves 15 points, you're making a fortune in the thousand, at least 1,000 plus. So anyway, WD-40 I knew was gonna have a great thing. I didn't know, but I was very confident. WD-40, two reasons. Oh my God, it's just beautiful. And there are, well, there's three reasons. One was I actually read something in the Wall Street Journal about them today, and it kind of basically said that they were going to kill it. But that was not really what was it. I would have played it anyway. I was already playing it. Their last quarter, and I think I played them last quarter and took a little bit of a loss, but they came out with a bad report, and they said, hey, next quarter is going to be even worse. Now, typically when a company does that, it's almost like a bluff. They want Wall Street to lower their expectations so that when the following quarter comes, and they'll usually do it when their stock is kind of high so that they can take the hit, and that's exactly what WD-40 did. And so they took the hit, and they knew the market was strong, and then they come out with really strong results. And then, you know, the conference call must have been great too, because that's when it hit its peak. But that's the whole point, and this is a common thing you see happen on Wall Street. You'll see companies give bad, like I think Apple did it. Didn't Apple do it this quarter, the previous quarter, and then this quarter was good? They'll give like really bad projections just so Wall Street lowers their analysis. But I bought this at about 160. So whatever my delta is, it's not that high. I wish I bought a higher delta. I should have just skipped Levi and went all in WD-40. I could have bought a much higher delta. But this is going to turn into a nice gain tomorrow. So that's good. So I'm going to start tomorrow positive. Up my account with Tradenet. And by the way, when you up your account with Tradenet, they give you a deal. They don't make you like pay for the whole account. If you have 80,000 and you want to go up to 60,000, if you're just upgrading, they'll give you a deal. They'll go 3,000, 5,000. It depends. Depends how much you want to upgrade. But yeah, the prices here are not what you're gonna get if you click the link. If you click the link, you'll get this program for $399. This one for like $2,600. But now I'm in the expert program. So what else do I get with this? Forex trading? I don't want to do Forex. I'm sticking within my circle of competence. But anyway, guys, I don't want to make this video any longer than it already is. Breakout traders, you are the best. Special thanks to Brandon, my other admin, Harmon Haas, And all you guys, you're just the best. And anybody out there in California this week with the earthquakes, I hope you're safe. You can always let the group know if you're not or if you need anything. That's what we do over here. We help each other out. We are a family. But other than that, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. And second classes, course 2 should be coming for Breakout Trading University, Day Trading 101. Should be ready tomorrow. Would have done it today, but today was just a long day. But all right, guys, I'm out. I'll see you.